Welcome to Off the Air. My name is Jackson. I'll be your host today. Moving on.
Since you're giving us our beverage corner, aren't you also our waiter today?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm explaining to you, but I will not give you any beverage.
Dang.
Also, the beverage is all for me. It's kind of like show and tell, and I'll be your host.
You're going to be our show and tell host?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, my name is Jackson. Welcome to Off the Air. I am joined today by my most esteemed co-host, Noah, and also Dan.
I am the most esteemed co-host.
I don't know what I expected, but it was pretty much that.
Thank you.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, truly a co-host of the highest esteem in the form of...
And then also Dan.
Noah, or as he's known on the streets, Bubba the Bad.
Is he known that on the streets?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What streets does Noah go on, really?
I mean,
Noah?
I'm on the streets of my town here a lot because it's easy to walk around.
Well, you got him there.
Mm-hmm.
Do they call you Bubba the Bad?
Unfortunately, no. But also,
is that really unfortunate?
I was about to say, but also fortunately, yes. Or fortunately, no.
Good job,
unfortunately,
bud.
and fortunately, no.
Good job, you did it.
All right, guys. So, go next. Restart. Guys, what are we talking about today? What's our theme?
You know what? I'll be honest. Didn't come in here with a great theme. Just came in here with a sense of recovery and a sense of life. You know, I feel alive today, unlike the last few podcasts that we've done. I don't feel quite literally dead.
I wish I could
how
do
bad?
Yoda
You know,
voice.
how bad can my day really be going? You know,
that's for you to know and me to find out.
Like if I am on my feet an entire day and don't feel like, you know, literally being dead, that's a pretty good day.
Same.
You know what? That sounds really, really sad. But I'm glad that you don't feel like dead.
Well, I don't know if you guys are aware, but my life is very busy, and I have been very tired for a long time now. So long. So tired all the time. Oh, God. Please help me. But yeah, so how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I've been living the dream. Buying more produce than usual.
Ooh, produce
so that's
is good.
A good thing. Yeah, you know, it's very good, and it's definitely important that I don't just eat Taco Bell.
I mean, I do love me some Taco Bell.
Don't get me wrong. I do too. That's my problem.
Speaking of Taco Bell, hashtag not spawn, but Taco Bell, you can get Taco Bell from Grubhub now. And the moment I found that out, I immediately got Taco Bell for myself and my roommate. Like, it took me a matter of seconds to pull it up and be like, well, nope, this is just my life. And I'm happy. I'm happy that Taco Bell is available for now.
I think in theory I have access to Grubhub, but I'm pretty sure where I'm at, Grubhub does not go.
Where
Grubhub
goes.
Cannot follow.
Yeah.
Let me check. Last I checked, I couldn't get Grubhub ever. And, I totally can. Taco Bell. Yeah, there you go. On Grubhub, 30 to 40 minutes, which means I order it now.
I can't believe I just searched Grubhub near me. That's not what I meant to search at all. I'm so angry.
Wait, there's no delivery fee?
Yeah, that's... Again, hashtag not spawn, because by the time this episode drops, I cannot even slightly guarantee that will still be the case. But...
I gotta put this away.
You see?
I can't order
that was
Taco
my
Bell
problem.
now. You guys want to know what's the drink of the day?
I would like to, because I feel like it would be better than talking about Taco Bell.
Than Taco Bell?
Hold up. Yeah, you said that weird.
How? When I said Taco Bell?
You said... Yeah, you did it again.
Everyone says Taco Bell.
No.
Nope, nobody does. Just this is a you thing, bud.
It's Taco Bell.
How do you say it?
Taco Bell?
That's the exact same thing I said.
No, it's not.
Literally not even a little bit.
Taco Bell.
You're not saying the same thing
You're
we're saying.
intentionally doing this, and it's making me angry, and I don't appreciate this is what you're doing.
Give the man his milk.
Now you're making references to things that I don't understand.
I can't.
He's doing a milk.
Get it? It's the Julian Smith bit.
It's a sketch comedy show where the dude said "mulk" instead of milk, and everyone got mad at him.
Isn't Julian Smith the guy that did the "I made this for you"?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Same guy.
Yeah. I
Mulk was his other big one.
only know him from Hot Lemonade.
Hot Kool-Aid.
Hot Kool-Aid.
Do you guys know Hot Dr. Pepper is a thing?
Gross. Why?
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying it's real. People will just be like, "You want a Hot Dr. Pepper?" And you have to say no when they ask, because if you say yes, you become one of them. Anyway. Today's drink is not Hot Dr. Pepper.
Thank goodness.
Me like putting a picture of Hot Dr. Pepper down below my desk. So, hi guys. Yeah, whatever.
It's fine. It's not that.
Today it's not a beer corner we're going to, but instead it's a liquor shelf.
Ooh. I this I can get behind. Talk to me, Daddy.
Absinthe.
Absinthe is amazing, and I have only
It's
had it
great.
probably twice in my life.
It is great.
Absinthe is a very good time. Oh wait, Dan, do you like
What?
black licorice?
No, fuck black licorice.
Okay,
Black
you will
licorice
hate,
is
you'll
literally
hate
the
absinthe.
worst.
But absinthe is a good time.
No, not all. The absinthe I had was definitely not black licorice.
That's weird because it's like an anise flavored liquor.
Maybe I'm just misremembering wildly. But I remember
You like
liking it in whatever I had. So
Yeah, it's it's like almost like a black licorice jelly bean, but it's a drink, and I love it because I love black licorice.
I do too.
So I've got a bottle of absinthe earlier, and I've just been drinking that.
That is one thing that I really would love to pick up sometime soon.
what? More absinthe?
The bottle of absinthe. What
Well,
do think
you said
he was
I don't know,
referring to?
man. Look, Noah says a lot of weird shit. Okay, I don't know if you're
Oh,
aware.
Taco
I don't know,
Bell.
Taco Bell.
No,
Hey,
no one doesn't say
Spider-Man.
that much weird stuff. Spider. You and me
Eh,
can rule the city
Spider-Man.
together,
Taco Bell.
Spider-Man.
Taco Bell.
Kill
You
that
and me
guy.
can rule the city together, Taco Bell.
Shout
What a
out
mood.
to my boy Dave for having that sick Spider-Man bit that I've now completely full blown stolen from him.
Spider-Man. You and me can rule the city together, Spider-Man. It's a favorite of mine.
Is it?
Anyway, absinthe is great. I'm enjoying it. It's a quality drink. If you like anise or the black licorice kind of flavor, I would recommend giving it a try. It has a reputation. It was illegal in America for a while because it has wormwood, which is has a slight hallucinogenic property to it. And I believe they have since legalized it because this absinthe has wormwood in it. And I just bought it from the store, so there's no way.
Oh, yours
it's
actually
like
has.
bootleg.
See, but
Yeah,
there's
It's got a full measure of
also
wormwood.
some also have THC, and that is the thing that's still banned.
Nice.
It's the THC wormwood combo that made absinthe as potent as it usually is. Also, the 80+% alcohol content.
Oh, that's something like 45, 50%.
Oh, really?
I think it might be 50. It might be like 55%.
Dang.
But absinthe can get up to like 80%. It's very strong. Although how you drink it, if you're not familiar, listeners and co-hosts, you put like a slotted spoon on top of your cup. You put a sugar cube in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pour cold water onto the sugar cube, and then into the cup. And you want to have about 5 or 6 parts water for 1 part absinthe.
But you do want to pour that water slowly so that it gets rid of as much of that sugar as possible.
Yeah.
The alternate
what
option.
I do is just pour it till it's dissolved.
The alternate option is you take the sugar cube, you soak it in the absinthe, you light it on fire, and then when it starts to melt, you drop the sugar in, dump water on top, which is hazardous, and you stir it. It puts the fire out. It does kill a little of the alcohol, but it's very good as well.
I'm just wrapping my head around not the fact that you're lighting on fire, but how do you get the sugar cube to not fall apart if you soak it in
How do you get it? What?
Because sugar cubes they fall apart.
Mm-hmm. So what you do is you take it and you pour your absinthe over top of it.
Oh, I see. And then you light it on fire. I gotcha. So you start with absinthe.
Yeah.
So you don't pre-soak the sugar cubes like
No.
gummy bears and vodka.
No.
Ooh, can we get gummy bears and absinthe?
You know
Get
what?
a bag of black licorice gummy bears and soak them in absinthe?
I really wanted to say no, but that actually sounds fantastic.
Thank you. Because it's got the sugar property. But
That's
this
true.
is definitely a new favorite of mine. I'd never tried it until today. I've only heard of it. But I think I will be drinking much more of this in the coming days. It is a bit expensive.
It is that.
Cheapest bottle they had at the liquor store I was at was like $25, and the most expensive was like $70. So the price range isn't as wild as some things like whiskey, where you can get a $6 bottle or a $400 bottle.
That's yeah.
But it's still I went right for the middle. So the bottle I got was like $32, which is, it's a bit, but it was stronger than the others. And one thing I found in every single bottle that I didn't like is they all contain dye. They're all dyed.
Mm-hmm.
They're not naturally green.
Yeah.
I think the only one that didn't have dye in it was the $70 bottle of Pernod, which I initially wanted to buy because
treat yourself.
Well, no, not because I wanted to buy a $70 bottle, but because Pernod is the alcohol referenced in Chapter 2, or maybe Chapter 3, of The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway.
Oh.
He sits at a cafe, and this girl walks up to him, and they start chatting, and then she sits down, and he's like, "What will you be drinking?" And after she's sick, she's like, "I'll have a Pernod," and he's like, I'll have one too. And then he's like, a Pernod is very bad for a girl who is sick. And they have like a little chat. And she says, we're all sick, honey. And he says, let's just drink this fucking absinthe and go dancing. But the moral of the story is they drink absinthe. And they name Pernod in particular. And that's not what I was looking for when I was at the liquor store. But I was just browsing around and found absinthe. And I was like, cool, I'll get this.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of books, y'all heard of Audible before?
I have indeed, but I don't know how to access it. Do tell me more.
Audible is actually it's a company by Amazon, so I'm not gonna say anything about that, but it's a company by Amazon, which I'm gonna say something about that. It means it has a lot of financial backing and security, so it's not going anywhere.
That's true, actually.
Audible.com is where you can go, but it's not where you should go. You should go to audibletrial.com/off the air, which will directly support us as podcasters. By making Audible know that we out here and we got people, we got shooters. If you let Jeff Bezos know that Off the Air's got shooters, he'll pay us money so we don't come after him. That's not how that works, but he will. He'll be like, hey, thanks guys.
Actually, speaking of Jeff Bezos, did you hear about how who was it? Someone tried to blackmail him.
Yeah, I saw that, and his reaction was essentially in not so many words was, what are you gonna do about it? Like, fucking do it, nerd. You won't. And
no, it's even better. He didn't just say, what are you gonna do about it? The emails they sent him, he posted screenshots
of them,
all over.
It's beautiful.
And
the
emails
beautiful.
detail the pictures that they have, like, of him, like, cheating on his wife with this person, and like pictures of her, pictures of him.
Pictures of you.
And they're trying to like
pictures of me.
Burn your.
It was the National Enquirer.
That's what it
my
was.
Gosh.
Wait, the magazine tried to blackmail Jeff Bezos?
Yes. The National Enquirer tried to blackmail him. Now, first off,
don't like
if I saw a National Enquirer headline that said National Enquirer to blackmail Jeff Bezos, I would believe it. Just because, that's a National Enquirer story. It would make sense for what they usually churn out. But the fact that this is happening in real life and it's not just sitting at the checkout aisle for me to laugh at and move on.
This should be like a clickhole article.
Exactly.
This doesn't feel real, but I love it.
And
so anyway, audibletrial.com/off-the-air is where you should be going to get your dose of audiobooks. And guys, I want you to know you'll be proud because I didn't just read some schlock by someone who died 30 years ago. I read something that is fairly current. Now, it's not current, but it's at least less than 50 years old.
Okay.
We were letting you have the...
Well, no, I had stopped because I wanted you guys to be like, wow, great job, Jackson.
I mean,
you're the best
I'm
host.
very proud of you.
I'm just listening. I'm listening to your story.
So, what I've read,
being nice,
or been reading in audiobook format, mind you, is American Gods by Neil Gaiman.
Oh, they made a TV show about that, didn't they?
They did, actually. That's one of the things that prompted me to make the audiobook is, first of all, I've had the physical copy of this book for literally about 6 years.
Oh.
And I have never read it because I just look at it and I'm like, I don't want to read a 700-page book about fantasy or sci-fi or, and that's true. I don't really. It just kind of doesn't really seem like something. If I'm sitting down and reading, I'd rather read something for, the way it's written, the way the words look on the page, and things I can highlight and whatnot. And then that's not to say Neil Gaiman's not a great author, because he really is, and his prose shines very brightly, especially in the parts of American Gods that I've been through. But it really was an audiobook, especially because they picked it up on Stars, and so they have a full cast, like the people who are in the show do the voices for the audiobook.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, so it's a fully casted book. It's not like one person reading. There are voices for every character by the actors. So I haven't seen the show, but if it's as good as the book has been so far, which I'm about halfway through, it's really good. It's really fun. It's also much more subtle than I would have thought it would be. I was expecting full on and in chapter 2, main character learns to shoot fireballs out of his hands. But it's very much not like that. It's much more realistic. And I enjoy it because, I've said it before on the podcast and I'll say it again. I am, a real American, like Hulk Hogan.
Or like Obama in this cowboy hat that I just saw.
Yeah, like exactly like Obama in a cowboy hat. But no, I love America. I love the culture and the history of America, and as well as especially the geography. I love America. I don't think America's perfect. I think America needs to work on some things, but I'm happy to be here, and I'll be here for at least a little while. So, I think American Gods very much captures a good bit of the American spirit and how that spirit lies in immigration.
Nice.
It's on use your token for it, because otherwise, here's where the token shines through. It's a $30 audiobook.
Jesus.
I was like, that's pricey. You can get the not full casted version. It's significantly cheaper. It's like $10.
Why would you bother?
Exactly. And with a token, any book is free. Even a $30 audiobook that I already own a physical copy of. Me just being like, well, I have got a free token this month. I might as well use it on something, a bit of a treat yourself. So, I got to use my token on something that I didn't have to spend $30 on. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'd say it's definitely a worthwhile service.
And heck,
even if you rarely use it.
Even if you get into the monthly payments, what are those? $15, right?
$15.95 a month.
Okay, so
and it's worth
that
pointing
gives
out
you
you do
another
get 2
free
tokens.
token. You said 2?
Yeah, I've had. You don't just get 1 per month.
My
you
mistake.
get like 2 or 3.
In my mind, it was 1, and I don't remember why.
I think you get 3 a month. Let me double check. Let's double check before
one token for.
Well, anyway,
here's how it
for
works.
$15
you get
a month,
one token
you
for
still
any book,
get a free book token that you can use for this $30 book.
And that free book token, it's kind of a mix between what you're saying and what Dan's saying, because you do get 1 free book token for any book, but you get 2 tokens that you can use on Amazon Originals, which again I think is interesting because it lets you branch out a little bit. It's like you don't have to worry about using your token that you can save for a book you really want to read. Instead, you can be like, this looks kind of neat. It's fairly short. These are one of my 2 tokens you get for an Amazon Original. So each month that's 2 books you can read like that, and 1 book you can read, old style or
that.
Old
that makes sense.
style.
That explains why I was messed up. Don't you also get a couple of them extra in like your first month or 2?
For the trial, I know for the trial for sure it's 1 coin.
I think
for
after
any
the
book
first
and
month,
2 trials,
something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I subscribed. I subscribed literally like 2 years ago.
Gotcha. Well, someone's an OG. I actually, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I've been plugging Audible, I'd never used the service. I'm familiar with it. But recently is when I first got the trial, and honestly, so far I'm enjoying it. I don't drive a ton, so I thought I wouldn't like it because my commute's 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. But literally the other day I was leaving work and I was like, you know what? I'll go to Wendy's so I can finish this chapter. No. I was like 24 minutes left in the book. I'm like, I'll go to Wendy's. So I went to the Wendy's drive-thru, and then I sat in my car for another 5 minutes once I got home and ate my Wendy's listening to American Gods by Neil Gaiman. So Audible's a good service, I would say. It also alleviated my biggest fears. I feel like I've been going on for minutes, but it's actually something
do your thing. Do your thing. Be genuine for once.
It actually alleviated my biggest fear. Excuse me?
What?
I said be genuine for once.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. Fake news.
Fuck Dan. So
please, somebody.
My biggest fear was that I would fall asleep and lose myself. Lose the chapter. But it's got a setting where you can set it to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or end of the chapter. That to me is the coolest, because I can be like, end of the chapter instead of 30 minutes. So
I did that a lot.
Boom, end of chapter, fall asleep.
Well, especially because like I'm the kind of person who I have to. No, I don't have to. I prefer to have something playing in the background, like when I'm going to sleep. And like the entire second half of the current Game of Thrones book that I still haven't gotten back to. I've spent like 2 months that I've been like not listening to this just because I haven't.
Which one?
Had time. Red cover.
That would be
4th or 5th one. Kings. No, it's like way further on than that, I think.
Clash of Kings I thought was red cover, but maybe Feast for Crows. Feast for Crows is the 4th. Dance of Dragons is the 5th, and I think it's Feast for Crows is actually probably my favorite Game of Thrones book.
It's really good.
It's probably my favorite. Or the
if
third
somebody
one.
wanted to listen to that, I feel like they could use their Audible token from audibletrial.com/off the air.
They could
if they were interested. I don't want to listen. I don't want to.
That does seem like a lot of listening though.
That does. But it has been a good time. I was enjoying it.
That's good.
Personally, other people, maybe someone else will listen. Maybe they'll fucking hate it. Whatever.
I enjoy the books. I did have to read them though because I couldn't have audiobook Game of Thrones because the names are too confusing.
That actually makes sense.
It was nice for me to be able to like literally highlight the name and be like, who the hell is this? But I did use an Amazon product actually. I used a Kindle. Can
Amazon sponsor us? Oh wait, they already are.
They already are. Audible.com/off-the-air. But no, I use a Kindle, which again, this isn't a sponsored part, but the Kindle bookstore, although I personally don't like web books or book PDF format, whatever they call them, the Nooks type things. They have this awesome feature where certain parts you can highlight, and it'll show you how many other people have highlighted that part, and it'll show you commonly highlighted parts as you go through. And more importantly, you can highlight a word and it'll show you who that character is or what that thing is they're referring to, if it's within the context of the story. And if it's not, they'll just define the word for you.
Well, that's neat.
That is super neat. And it tells you what that character's been through up to that point in the book. So you'll be like, but it doesn't give you any spoilers, which I don't know how they manage that. So you'll like highlight
Magic.
Tyrion Lannister, and it'll be like Tyrion Lannister, you know, son of Tywin Lannister, and then it'll tell you what he's done up until that point in the book, and it's just pretty neat.
That is super, super dope. I won't lie to you. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's the only way I've managed to read the Game of Thrones book and actually know like everything as I was reading through it. It's like 4 or 5 years ago. Well, probably about 4 years ago. I was fairly involved in the Game of Thrones online discourse and with the predictions and the ideas, and then the show just trudged onward and kind of gave away the parts, which is fine. But I was right about a lot of stuff. I just want to put that out there.
I would ask you what stuff you were right about, but I don't want to get into Game of Thrones spoilers because, you know how it is.
Yeah. But, I felt good about that. And it was kind of neat. Those books were really good, and I enjoyed them. And you can read them or listen to them on Audible. This Absinthe is actually very good.
I'm honestly super jealous that I don't have any absinthe right now because I do love absinthe.
Yeah, it's, I'm probably going to get more into it. There's a big sale going to the liquor stores near me. There's like a kind of a big chain in Texas called Twin Liquors. And yeah, Twin Liquors is they have a sale that they're doing where everything in the store is basically discounted. That's by at least $1.
It's pretty fantastic, not gonna lie.
And there's this one bottle of absinthe I was eyeballing because it's got Van Gogh on it, and it's like a $45 bottle, but it's gonna be $31 during the sale.
Nice.
And it's got a little slotted spoon with Van Gogh's face on it. That's the main thing I want it for.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I like that more.
Yeah. Plus, it's the box looks kind of cool, and it's got a little toy inside. I'm convinced that liquor is basically the cereal for adults, because I can walk in the store and be like, I know what I like and I know what is good for me or what I want or what's most affordable, but I'm just gonna buy another bottle of Crown because it comes with a free cup.
You know what?
It's the toy inside the box that sells, not the liquor. I almost spent $15 more today.
I strongly disagree with you, but that's okay.
But at the same time, I have seriously considered getting Dan Aykroyd's freaking Crystal Vodka, which everyone says is awful, just so I could get the Crystal Skull bottle.
Exactly. It's like the toy inside the box sells. Now, to the wise, it does not, because they're like, why the fuck would I buy a bottle of Crown for a cheap-ass glass with a state of Texas on it?
Exactly.
And they're right. They shouldn't do that.
They shouldn't, but
then I walk in there, I'm like, ooh, I want the 2 glasses in one box, $24? I'm going in, boys. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a bottle of Bailey's one time because I would have done that anyway, but it had 2 glasses with it, and I was like, I'm buying Bailey's today too, I guess.
I mean, Bailey's is real good, to be fair.
Oh, I absolutely.
It is...
I've drank it straight before.
Oh, yeah.
One time I mixed it with chocolate syrup and drank it.
That sounds good too. I have never not drank it straight.
Oh, good.
I feel like it would be really good.
That's the way to do it.
See, in a milkshake sounds good, and hot chocolate sounds real good too, though.
There's a local burger chain. Chain is there's like 4 of them. So it's kind of a chain, but it's still like locally owned. It's not franchised or anything. It's called Hop Dotty. And it's so good. It's some of the best burgers I've ever had, if not the best burgers I've ever had.
Nice.
And they have milkshakes, and their milkshakes are fantastic. They have a chocolate stout milkshake that I pretty much always get. So I got a chocolate stout milkshake, and then for $3, they'll add, I'm going to air quotes this, a shot of Bailey's.
Mm-hmm.
My man behind the bar literally straight up just pours like half a bottle of Bailey's into your cup and mixes it with chocolate. It was like a chocolate shake, and it's so good. It's amazing. So every time I go there, I get like a burger and then a chocolate stout milkshake with Bailey's.
I'm a little jealous, not gonna lie. There's nothing cool like that around here. If I want those, I have to make it myself.
That sounds lame. Although one time I did make my own Bailey's milkshake, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
Mixed up some chocolate ice cream with some Bailey's. Didn't have to use any milk because it was on my own dime, so I was like, I'm not using milk. A quarter bottle of Bailey's in this. It was really good.
Yeah, I can respect that. I have a blender now. Maybe I'll try making one of those.
I like to mix my milkshakes by hand. I don't know. I don't like using blenders or anything because it's just a lot of work with a blender. Plus, if you like mix it with a spoon, I feel like it turns out better.
It's fair.
I've never tried to do that before, I'll be honest.
It's not very hard. You can do it in the cup. I usually get like a bowl. I like it because you can make sure all like the lumps are already like smoothed out because like you're actually going through with your hand like whisking it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's my milkshake technique anyway.
I don't.
Interesting.
So there you go.
I don't really do milkshakes, unfortunately.
You don't like them?
I mean, I do. I actually love the shit out of them.
Right?
Yeah,
gotcha.
I keep making the mistake. And Noah, you used to work at one of these. I keep going over and getting the fucking, I think they're called frosted lemonades.
Yeah.
And they're so good. It's basically a lemonade milkshake. They're so good. And every time
Sounds good.
I regret it every single time.
Ooh,
And
I love
keep
like an orange
doing
cream milkshake, but I actually don't like milkshakes. That's the thing. That's my not secret, but
That's your secret.
I really like them.
You're always not liking milkshakes.
That's my secret, Cap. I always hate milkshakes. That's
Apparently
true. I
not
don't
always
them. I
hate,
just
but-
I don't like them very much, and I wouldn't normally ever get them. Like every time I've ever gone to like McDonald's, I've never been like I should get a milkshake. It just doesn't pop into my head. But every once in a while, I get one. I went out to a diner with a friend the other day, and she was like, "We should get this milkshake." And I was like, "All right." It was pretty good, and I enjoy them, but I don't go after them, and it has to be right. But when it is right, I'm in. And it has to have Bailey's in it. Really, that's the thing that makes it right. Bailey's. It's the problem with milkshakes for me is there's like 1,800 calories in one, and they're not that good, and they never make me full. So I'm like, do I really want 2,000 calories that'll just make me want to eat in 10 minutes? Nah.
I can respect that as the problem. I only ever get milkshakes when I'm feeling like, oh yeah, I better treat myself. Or if not, I better treat myself today. It's like, I want to treat myself today.
Very good. I mean, if you like them, go for them. Nothing wrong with a milkshake.
Yeah.
Man. Hot Daddy is so good. I really want to go there right now, actually. Yeah, man. I like their burgers. I like burgers in general. I eat way too much like red meat. I should work on that.
I really wanted to say, oh, there's no such thing as too much red meat, but there distinctly is. So
There actually just is.
yeah.
But I've been eating a lot more sardines lately, like we were talking about earlier. Before the podcast, Noah and I talked about eating sardines. I've been eating a lot of those. Those are pretty good for you. Got a lot of omega-3s, and they're also just like a lot of good protein without a lot of empty stuff in them.
Yeah.
So yeah, life is not too bad for old Jackson, dietary-wise. I do go to Taco Bell a lot, though.
I've been
As you should. Honestly,
Yeah, thank
as you
you.
should.
I mean,
Thank you, Dan.
as you shouldn't, realistically. But
Noah sounds like a hater.
As you should, because Noah's a big dumb idiot and doesn't know what's best in
Wow.
life.
am I though?
No, is that true?
I don't think I am.
Well, are you big?
Yeah.
Sounds to me like that's the only thing that could have been wrong in that sentence.
That's about 30% of
Yeah.
the way to being a
See?
big dumb idiot.
You know
Yeah.
what? You're right. It is about 30% of the way to being a big dumb idiot.
I could ask.
Which
I'm
sounds
sure
to
if I
me-
ask you, hold up. Let's get Edge in here real quick. Edge, is
let's
Noah a big
not.
dumb idiot?
No.
I really
Oh,
want you
dang,
to
you heard
put
it.
a
She said
sound
no.
clip. I want you to get a sound clip from her and just put her response in. For no, like as if it's a fucking as if it's like a new now to Edge with the weather.
Well, you see, Daniel, it would seem to be that you are incorrect. Noah is not, in fact, a big
Somehow
dumb
I
idiot.
feel like she wouldn't say that. I feel like if you know what, hold up. While you guys keep talking, I'm gonna add her. We're
Wait,
gonna see
is
what she
this
says.
Cowboy Hat Obama actually at a UT game?
Wait, is what?
Cowboy Hat Obama. I think he might be at a UT game. I can't guarantee it, but I see the hook'em coming out from somebody, and I see an orange jacket, but it doesn't look like there's quite enough orange for it to be a UT game, unless he's like really deep backstage.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some orange right in front of him.
That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Cowboy Hat Obama probably not at a UT game, but I think Cowboy Hat Obama probably likes Austin.
Probably.
I'm pretty fond of it.
Austin
pretty big
sounds
city,
really
though.
nice. It's one of the places that I plan on visiting at some point. Hopefully this year, realistically next year.
So you can just come whenever. You don't have to pay for hotels or anything. You can stay at my house.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I
A
really
lot
want
of
to.
space.
I really want to just make this like a trip of it, where I just head across the country, visit some friends on that side,
I
and
do
then
too,
come
actually.
back.
I want to go to like the Rocky Mountains.
I haven't ever been to the Rockies.
Me neither.
Actually, I haven't been any further west than Ohio.
Hey, no,
Oh, no.
when are you thinking of taking this trip?
I don't know, but I figure I may as
'Cause-
well wait until you move out there, so I have another
Well,
spot in between
I was
Jackson and
gonna
Nina to
say
crash.
if you want, I am moving out there in May, so like you could just ride along with me.
Alright.
It'll be a good time.
Here's the plan.
That sounds hard.
I'm a well,
Here's the
no,
plan,
that's not true. I
Noah.
fall asleep all the time. I fall asleep instantly in a car. It's a problem.
Actually, not gonna lie. Dan is a fantastic road trip buddy, as long as you actually have like a phone with a GPS on it. Because the first time I did a trip with Dan, I was relying on him to be my navigator, and I made a mistake because I didn't check the directions from time to time when he fell asleep. So that was my bad.
I know. What
But-
if you come
oh, yeah.
down and visit in Texas,
Okay.
and then I just hop along with you and we go visit Dan in California, and we
See,
go visit Nina in Seattle, and we drive across the Rockies to like Montana back to Pennsylvania, and I just fly home.
that actually sounds like a fantastic idea.
See?
Hope Nina's ready for this. She just got volunteered to be our last stop.
What if I just fly up there? But then that would kind of defeat the point of driving down to Texas then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff on the way though. Tennessee, Kentucky, we can stop at somewhere where they make bourbon. Road trip. Road trip.
I do love road trips. I just need to have someone to go with me because road trips by yourself, they're a little boring.
I agree. Also, sorry if my glass just clinked, but I did finish off my absinthe.
Nice.
It was very good. I will probably have some more after we're done recording.
Mhm.
Maybe until I hallucinate. Who knows?
I was gonna say, why wait? Just keep going, man. Listen.
The bottle's not in my room. I just have to walk out there. And
That's true. We
my
can't
roommates
interrupt
are
the
out there, so I have to
podcast. We
talk
can't
to
have any.
them.
Listen, we can't have any of that dead air. You know.
Yeah, we actually started out with quite a bit of dead air.
You know what? Dead air should be the name of our podcast.
That's not true. That'd be a very bad name for a podcast.
I mean,
Literally would not. It actually is a really good name for a podcast, and I'm offended that you think it's bad.
I think I'm almost jealous that I didn't think of it first, but then all of my branding plans would not have worked out, so I wouldn't know what our logo would be.
I like the podcast name as
It'd be a
is.
skull on a microphone.
Are we famous
Noah.
yet?
We are famous. We just
Yeah,
need to keep
I like
living
the
that
skull on the
dream.
microphone.
Hey, man.
Cool.
Listen,
How
as
many
everyone
followers
knows,
do we
the
have?
moment you start creating content, you instantly become famous and start making that sweet YouTube money.
Well, the problem with content is you like any form of virality tends to be like the lowest form of comedy. So you have to find like a razor's edge on which you can balance between actually maintaining some semblance of intelligence and humor and being relatable enough to get followers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to tell me that the lowest common denominator often is the best way to go?
Not the best way to go, depending on what you're looking for, but the best way to go in terms of fame and going viral, then yes.
All right, cool. That's sad.
Well, I mean, just look at anyone with over 20 million YouTube
I honestly
subscribers.
110% thought you were going to say, I mean, just look at our audience, and I was going to have to be very upset with you. It would have been a great burn, don't get me wrong, but I
Anyone who
would've-
hangs out on Twitch,
No
lowest
one-
common denominator.
I don't like that. I
Well,
don't like
yeah,
that as an
lowest common
idea.
denominator is 12-year-olds on YouTube. Two tiers above that is probably
14-year-olds on Twitch.
So
14-year-olds on Twitch.
it looks like we have the website is what I mainly have analytics for, but we have 2 visitors from China, which is kind of
Why?
neat because
home.
they love our content. Daniel,
Don't listen to us. We're terrible.
Ni hao if you're from China. Probably butchered that, but kindest greetings.
Have you guys ever said something in like in a any kind of other language across the board and actually had someone be like, "Oh yeah, actually you did that just right."
Yes.
Very
I
frequently.
have 2, and it is the best feeling.
I thought you were about to
That's-
be like, oh, okay.
No.
So that actually happens to me at least 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, that would probably involve greeting people in other languages, and no one around here speaks anything other than English for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I work at a restaurant in Texas.
So you're trying to say that you speak a lot of French.
Yes. Well, no, yeah, fluent. I actually do speak a little bit of French, but and I speak enough Spanish to get by because a lot of like the back of house people just speak very little to no English.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Spanish, so we get along. I teach them English. They teach me Spanish. We sing.
Nice. Singing is good.
We all don't like Despacito.
Hey, that's a good thing to bond over.
They're like, you like Despacito? I'm like, nah. They're like, we don't like it either. I'm like, nice. Bueno. Yeah, oh, Despacito. Yeah, I like learning languages though. It's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good at it.
I keep trying. Every so often, I'll re-download something like an app for my phone to learn a new
Are you
language.
trying to say Duolingo, the one that just abuses you into learning a
No.
language?
Well,
Yeah,
sort
you can
sure,
just say
but
Duolingo.
I mean that's the most common one. But the problem is like just I cannot keep up with it. Like I just can't put the time in because
See-
I am so lazy, you guys. I'm so lazy. That's not even true. It's not even fair to say that I'm so lazy. I, if anything, am so fucking busy that I just don't like want to put like 20 minutes into doing something a day or even 5 minutes.
My big issue with it, with Duolingo specifically, is that I had to type out words, which is good because you should learn how to write the language you're trying to speak.
Mhm.
But it butchered my autocorrect with all these like German letters. And let's be real here. No one wants German words in their autocorrect when they don't speak to a lot of German people, you know?
Yeah, no, my phone every once in a while, because I use a swipe keyboard, every once in a while I'll just bust out a French word. I'm like, okay, buddy, cool it off. We're not doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is unfortunate. They should have like a way to bypass that.
Because it definitely
Like,
tanked my...
I don't know. Oh, no, you cut out there for a second. What'd you say?
Oh, no, sorry. I just heavily trailed off. I don't appreciate that it like makes me do that and that my like lesson for the day won't like let me pass if I don't. Because
Yeah, I
I
agree.
honestly would love to get good at conversational German because I used to work with a guy from Germany and he taught me some stuff. That's how I know how to say the little bit of stuff I said to you guys earlier. But, that's about all I've got. I'm going to say, hi, my name is Noah. How are you?
Say it.
Guten Abend. Ich heiße Noah. Wie geht es dir?
N.
That's about all I got. That's good.
Honestly, that's much more than I got out of a year of German in high school. So like, good on you, bud.
I didn't take any foreign language in high school.
Okay, so I've talked about the fact that I was homeschooled. I had like for 4 years of 5 years between middle school and high school, had Latin, which I don't know if you guys are aware, but of all the things to learn, useless. Like theoretically, it's a gateway to like learning. It makes it easier to learn other languages. Theoretically.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that is the only language course I had in school, and I didn't mention it because it is, as you say, incredibly useless.
Like, what are you going to do being able to speak Latin? A dead language.
I'm very happy that I am familiar with Latin, but at the same time, I have absolutely no use for it. It helped me a lot during my some of my final tests at school, because the last thing I did for cosmetology was learn the anatomy of the human body.
Yeah, you did.
And there was a lot of stuff that I was shut up. There was a lot of stuff I was able to guess with that simply by knowing Latin root words.
Yeah, that is true. It does help out. But it's also one of those things like taking a course in it. Like you'd be better off taking something you can actually apply. But to that end, also, almost everyone I know who took like a year or two of Spanish doesn't know any Spanish. So it's kind of like...
I know how to swear in Spanish. Or I know how to swear in Puerto Rican.
Probably not super dissimilar, but I'd say don't say it.
A friend of mine described it as... And this, I should clarify, these are not my words. This is...
Please don't say it.
No, I'm not going to use any... It's the fact that he described Puerto Rican as like ghetto Spanish.
I've heard that as well.
And I just wanted to be clear that I don't know enough about Spanish to attach that to my name. That is the only reason I was like all sketch about it.
Yeah, they have a bit more like slang than like traditional. It's almost like Southern American speech as opposed to like Northern or even like something like Cajun, where it's like it's the same, but it's just kind of like
Cockney English versus like, the Queen's English. Yeah,
like someone will say something and like you don't get what they mean because it's like it's a locale type thing, but you know, in general you speak the same language.
Mm-hmm.
That's from what I understand.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Dan, do you like sardines?
Haven't had them recently enough to have an opinion. Like, I'm sure I've had them before in my life, but I could not tell you when or why or how. So I have no opinion on them whatsoever.
Do you like
If you were to eat them?
Nah, generally yes. Broad strokes,
do you like
yes.
Fishy tasting fish? Because you know there is a difference between regular fish and fishy fish.
Fishy fish.
Listen. I think I've talked about this. I don't know if I've mentioned on the podcast before. When it comes to food, I have a very simple
mac
motto.
And cheese and chicken nuggets.
No. I have a very simple motto because I actually really enjoy trying new things. Right. Generally speaking, with the exception of anime, I enjoy trying new things. When it comes to food, I will put anything in my mouth at least one time. If I don't like it, I'm gonna spit it out and never eat it again. But I'll put anything in my mouth at least once. Yeah, take that in every direction. And I
get what you're going for, and there's no point in making sex joke there.
I intentionally am phrasing it in the way that I am.
I really wish that you had a better bit.
It's not a bit. It's literally something I've said for years. So I mean, you can call it a bit, but it actually is genuinely how I feel about
you've said
trying
it before doesn't mean it's not a bit.
Yeah, I say the same bits over and over again. You should know that by now.
Yeah, but I don't treat it.
You should know my friend
a bit
Paddington.
implies that I'm doing it as a joke or as like something that I don't really truly like care about. But like this is actually genuinely how I treat.
But it's the phrasing that's important there.
Yeah, but the phrasing.
I get what you mean.
The phrasing is important to me. See, there's the bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll eat anything. I have eaten a lot of things.
I've eaten so much.
And I don't turn anything down usually either.
Because, like, why?
Free food, son.
Yeah, man. What if you turn food down, there may not be food later.
It's true. And even if there is, then you still have less overall food that you've consumed.
Boom. See, this guy gets it.
Objectively worse.
Listen. I will eat anything one time, and I will probably eat it faster than I probably should.
Congrats.
It's a nasty habit. It's one of those things that, like, when you grow up and, like, there's a limited amount of food in the house at any given time, and there's food on the table. The person who eats fast gets second, and everyone else can suck an egg. So, yeah. Eat quick, get lit. What?
No, go off.
Dude, I promise I'm more into it than I was last week.
Are you sure?
I believe in you.
Just because I don't sound like it.
And I'm the one who's been drinking absinthe.
Maybe, you know what? That's my problem. Hold on one
Do you
second.
think if you go to Colorado, do you think you can have like absinthe with THC in it?
I think
doubt
it's
it, 'cause
just
it's probably
banned in the
imported.
States.
I think
But
you'd
you
have
can
to still
if-
import it.
You can get it in Amsterdam
Nice.
and in France.
So like, let's say you get like a bottle of absinthe with wormwood in it, but no THC, and you bring it to Colorado and you put like some tincture in it.
I don't know if
Tincture
that's
is
how
like
it works.
liquid weed if you don't know.
I don't
Why
know.
not? Okay, so time for Jackson's weed lesson. Tincture is so you make it from basically, it's weed juice.
Mm-hmm.
For all intents and purposes, it is like distilled THC into they usually put it in Everclear is what it usually is, or some form of grain alcohol. With a very high percentage, so it just like absorbs the THC. Kind of like how they do with butter when they make like cookies or edibles. And then they take that tincture, which is like a pretty high concentration, you put a couple drops in something, drink it, and then you get high.
Okay.
So that's
That just sounds like an edible with extra steps.
Oh, I have a funny edible
because
story.
it's the same amount of steps as an edible. Because an edible is you make butter, a tincture is you make liquid, and for the edible you have to put the butter into whatever you're making and cook it, and then for a tincture you put it into a drink and drink it.
That makes sense.
So it's the same. It's the same amount of steps. In fact, it's probably easier to get high off tincture because it's more portable. And keep in mind, I genuinely don't smoke or drink. I've never had tincture, never had edibles. I just know about things because I don't know. I hang around the wrong people or something like that.
Is it the wrong
but
people
anyway.
or is it the right people?
Yeah, it's the wrong people.
So a friend of mine messaged me today and offered, or they were saying that they were coming to visit me and give me some stuff that they owed me, and they said, "Oh, I'm bringing you some brownies too. They're special brownies." And I'm just like, "What?" They're like, "You do like pot brownies, right?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Really?"
Oh, you're for real? I thought they were like joking or something.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it went on for like 20 minutes, us going back and forth over like Snapchat text, them saying, "I swear you told me that you liked pot brownies." And I'm over here like, "No, I've never said that. In fact, I believe I specifically told you I have no desire to try it." And they're like, "Really? I swear you said you liked it for 20 freaking minutes."
It is medically legal in PA though, right?
Yes.
Not recreationally though.
Not recreationally yet, but
So I'm
medically.
not moving back. gang.
But
It's not really gang if it's legal, huh? It's just
exactly.
activity.
Well, you can do it with the gang, but still. But yeah, they finally admitted that they were just pulling my leg, and they're like, "I remembered you said that." But I'm over here thinking this is the least funny bit I've ever been a part of, and I've been part of a lot of Dan's bits, and this just doesn't.
Hey, I knew that was coming, but hey.
I'm just sitting there like, this just isn't good. Why are you over here? Like, you're clearly they were laughing to themselves.
I feel like they definitely were just an idiot and tried to save face.
No, because they did give me the brownies, and I have had some, and I'm still fine. So unless these brownies are waiting,
have them.
Unless they're waiting to like hit me 5 hours from now, or
Which,
5 hours
you
from
know,
when I ate them, then I mean, I think I'm fine.
I mean, that can.
Edibles are notorious for doing that.
Yeah,
You're
that
like,
literally is.
Man, this edible ain't shit.
Yeah.
And you just next thing you know.
One of my roommate's friends, which should be enough degree of separation to say that I have no idea who this person is, had edibles at a party the night before, went to class the next day, and they hit in the middle of his morning class.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Edibles be
No,
like
that's
that.
100% a thing that
I'm
happens.
so angry. Okay,
Sorry, bud.
so I'll
So
keep you
I-
guys updated if something stupid happens.
I've really, you know what? I really
But as
hope.
of right now, it's been 5 hours since I had some of these brownies, and
I really
I'm
hope
still
that somebody
fine.
didn't
probably
intentionally give you weed brownies that you didn't want, because that's fucked up.
No, I would heavily agree that friendship would be over.
Yeah.
Friendship would be started.
Friendship ended with this friend. Now weed brownies are my new friend.
Oh, man.
I'd
guys-
keep doing weed brownies, but I wouldn't be their friend anymore.
So back to the original point. Also, I'm very upset that it took you 50 minutes into the podcast, more or less, to tell us that someone tried to give you weed brownies, today.
I'll be
Like,
honest.
you waited this long to have someone before talking about someone trying to give you weed brownies literally on this day.
I totally forgot until literally
How do you
You were
forget
talking-
that?
Dan.
You even brought up THC earlier about when we were talking about
I know,
absinthe.
but then you were talking about making edibles, and I'm like, edibles? Oh man, someone might have given me those.
How?
I feel like there'd be a taste though, right? Like I'd pick up on this.
No, sure.
Not necessarily.
Dang.
Depends on I don't know, man. I mean, I'm 100% sure you're fine, but on the off chance you're not, please let us know in about like 12 hours.
Yeah, definitely let us know.
Oh, I will.
Because, oh boy, that would be as much as it would be hell for you. That'd be very funny for the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm very much hoping to avoid anything bad happening.
Yeah,
You know
I mean,
how
I'm
it
sure
is.
nothing
Work
bad would happen
tomorrow?
anyway, but
I do work tomorrow. I work alone tomorrow, in fact.
I work alone.
I'm going to be alone cutting
Fly
hair
home,
from
buddy.
10 to 12, so we'll see how this works out. But
fly home,
I will
buddy.
be fine.
I work alone.
Thanks. Damn.
Listen, I just want to be Syndrome. Syndrome understood. Your heroes are bullshit. Can't
That's what
trust.
I've been saying for like literally
You can't
months
trust
now.
anyone, especially your heroes. He knew what was up.
Not your heroes, but I just think heroes in general.
You
I think
just
it's that
think
Umbrella Academy on Netflix, which I can't be mean to because it's made by
How
My Chemical
was that?
Romance frontman Gerard Way. Of course, I haven't watched it. I'm on Netflix. I say
okay.
that every week.
I always forget
It is about a weekly thing though, that I have to announce I don't have Netflix.
because it's a weird thing in the year of our Lord 2019.
it is a weird thing, the year of our Lord 2019.
Here in
But, you
my
know,
garage in the
as
year of
they
our Lord
say,
2019.
we do live in a society.
We do, and things are in fact constantly happening. Sometimes
I'm
on Netflix.
so angry.
Now, can I please get a Miley Cyrus Eminem on the screen?
So that's that makes 4 episodes in a row that we have had
Yeah, man.
Miley on the screen.
Yeah, man. Even the one that
Put it
Jackson
back,
wasn't here
put it
for.
back. Put it back on the screen, Noah. Nice.
I
Nice.
can't believe it.
I can't believe you've done this. You guys, what
Wait,
do you
Noah.
guys before we're getting on towards the end of the podcast.
Mhm.
I want to just do a quick check-in. What have you guys been playing lately? What do you guys like video games wise? You guys had any time to play some games?
I have actually.
No.
I decided to revisit some old favorites, and I was playing a lot of Republic Commando recently.
Okay.
I
Go
used
off.
I used to play Republic Commando all the time. It's a squad based shooter, but like your squad is all AI, and its graphics are. Let me see real quick when it was released. I want to say it was like 2006, but its graphics are surprisingly solid. Let's see, 2005. Surprisingly
Is it a Star
solid
Wars game?
for a game from 2005. It is a Star Wars game. Yep.
I figured just with a name like that,
Mhm.
there's no other option.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'm realizing that the game only has about 10 hours of campaign, and it was probably made to mostly be in existence for its versus mode. However, the campaign's real good. I love the story behind it. I love the fact that you're just like some in the trenches troopers, and you go and your squad goes through. You
You're
know?
objectively not. You are commandos.
Yeah, okay, fine.
you're the SEAL Team 6 of troopers.
I appreciate the fact that you fight through the trenches.
There we go.
Maybe
That's
you don't
much
belong
better.
there, but you fight
You
your way
definitely
through
do not.
them.
Yeah, no, you are. Clone commandos are supposed are head and shoulders above standard troopers. It's why you get that like, oh,
Literally
you're a
and
commando.
figuratively.
Yeah,
Yeah, one thing that really bugs me is the fact that they reuse one of the voice lines, because right in the very first mission, there's 3-5, check it out, commandos, and then
I love
later down the line, it's check it out, commandos, and I'm just like, guys,
guys,
you had
put
the
some effort
voice
in.
actor, please just pay him an extra nickel to say commandos a second time, slightly different.
I love that. I love that a lot.
But yeah, I'm about halfway through it right now. I've been greatly enjoying the nostalgia trip that game has been. Because, I was going to say it holds up, but there's a lot of stuff about it that doesn't hold up. Like the fact that if you're playing on hard, you get downed in one hit almost constantly, and there's no way to avoid getting shot.
That tracks.
Yeah, but I am managing through the campaign. I did the first 6 missions on hard, and now I'm doing the rest of them on medium. And I'm realizing with how much I'm going down, I never played this game on medium before. When I played it in the past, I was always easy. So it feels really good to be beating this game on a higher difficulty than I used to.
You know what? That's fair. I played through, I don't know, a number of hours of it, and I don't know. To me, it didn't hold up as well as it did for you, I guess. But that's all right.
I mean, it definitely holds up for me because I literally have hundreds of hours of playing and watching my brother play this game.
That tracks.
We loved this game. The first time I played, what game was it? XCOM. XCOM Enemy Within.
Yeah.
I made a sniper and I named him Sev because I loved Sev so much, even though he's the edgiest edgelord character.
He's such a fucking edgelord and I love him.
Yeah. I'm here to kill people. Scorch is here to blow things up. Ha ha. I'm here to be boring. That one's Fixer, because Fixer's a bastard man.
Fixer, you are
Whoa.
a bastard man.
Oh,
Dan, are you about to try and tell me? Dan.
Dan, are you a fixer man?
Dan.
What's wrong with
Dan, come
Fixer?
on.
He's just
Okay.
tired of your
He's a bit
shenanigans.
of a fixer
Okay,
upper, that's for
so
sure.
I get shot down through no fault of my own. I'm like, hey, someone help me up. And he's over here like, protocol says I have to eliminate the hostiles before I can help you, sir. Whereas everyone else will help you up. I'm here in a firefight. Fixer's about to die. I'm like, Fixer, go over there and heal while we handle the last two guys. And he starts to walk away. He hears a gunshot, turns around. He's like, sorry, sir, can't do that. It's like, Fixer, please. Please.
Nah, man. Mission comes first.
And I know realistically every single character has the same AI programming.
Yep, 100%
But I
does, but I
don't
wasn't going to
notice
give
it.
you that.
I don't notice it because Fixer's the one whose AI triggers a bunch of snarky quips that contradict my orders. Whereas everyone else is like, Sev turns around and is like, more bugs, more kills. And Scorch is like, I'm dying to blow something up. And then
Why is
there's
that the
Fixer
voice you
like,
think he has?
because I
Fixer's a
can't,
bootlicker.
because I can't do Scorch's voice.
All right, you know what? That's fine.
And then Fixer's over here like, military. Boy, oh boy, I love filling out forms.
Hey, listen, man, forms are important. Do you know how much work doesn't get done because people don't fill out their forms?
It's really funny because my sister asked me if you were worse than Fixer the other day or if Fixer was the you of Delta Squad.
Whoa! I am
And I'm
clearly
like-
not. I am clearly the edgelord. How dare you?
And I'm like, nah, Dan's not that bad. But here you are defending everything that Fixer stands for. And I'm beginning to believe you are the Fixer
I am
of the podcast.
distinctly not.
Jackson's
I am-
definitely Scorch.
Jackson
He's just here for a
Scorch.
good time.
And Noah, I've got bad news
Hell
for
yeah.
you. I've got really bad news for you. And you can, your sister may actually agree with me on this. You're the fixer of the podcast, Noah. It's you, bud.
My doctor said, go see famous clown that's in town. He will cheer you up. And I said, but doctor, I am famous clown.
It's much more
Life
it's
imitates
much
art.
more the looking in the mirror and being like, oh no, it was me. It was me the whole time.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No way. There's no world in which Noah is not the fixer.
I don't know, dude. I think
Dude, I swear to God, if you're gonna be like, I'm actually the player character, fuck you.
I'm just saying it falls in line because the player character
No.
is boring as shit.
No,
I'm the
no,
player
no.
character.
No, you're not boring. You just
I'm
you
the
know.
main character.
No, I mean like in the sense that I'm like, well, we better follow the rules, but I'm not gonna harp on it. And then Fixer's over here like, did you know there's a rule? And then he throws the book in your face.
I'm
That's
the
fair.
player character. Because the podcast is called Jackson's Beer Corner, after all.
Shoot, you're
Mhm.
right. I did forget about that. That is, after all, why you said you loved the name of the podcast.
So, thank you guys for coming out to Jackson's Beer Corner. Even though we had absent today, very wild, huh? We're living on the edge. Wait, also, I don't know. I just kind of like started ending the podcast.
I was
don't
gonna
really
say,
know.
geez, that's fine. All
Yeah,
right,
I
guess
don't
we're
know.
done.
I think I just kind of.
No, you're at the
I
right.
think I just
You're
kind
at
of
the right
found a
point.
theme.
You're at the right
Okay.
time. You're
Cool.
doing the right time, but maybe
Yeah,
I
no,
had
I
something
just
to
kinda-
say.
For some reason, I just found a theme and I just started talking, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm talking about ending the podcast." Well, thank you for coming to another episode
Talking
of
about
Jackson's
ending the
Beer Corner
podcast
today, lads.
permanently. This is the end of the podcast forever. We're never doing this again.
Thank God. Well, okay, guys, here's the secret. We are doing it again, but we're just not doing it with Dan anymore. So, like, keep it on the low. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Dan, Noah, they can find me. See, you thought I was gonna introduce you guys first, but
Mhm.
Nah, man,
It's my
I
show.
literally didn't even for a second. I'll be
it's
honest.
my life. Whatever I wanna do. Okay, Jackson is me. You can find me at work most of the time. You can also find me on twitter.com/@/Jacksonium with 2 M's. You can also find me at tumblr.com with Jacksonium with 2 M's. Those are the two main places you're going to find me in particular. Although, if you want to find me in a good book, you can just head down to a local coffee shop or audibletrial.com/off the air. What about you, Noah?
Hi, Noah is me, and you can find me at
The
Bubba
winner
Bad,
is you.
BUBBADABAD. on most all social media sites. Follow me on Twitter because that is where I'm the most active anymore. Follow me on Facebook if you want to hear me talk about my band. That's about it. I don't do much on Facebook anymore. I don't know why I'm acting like people are going to personally follow me on Facebook. That would be weird. Don't do that. Never mind. Just follow me on Twitter. You'll get everything you need there. Dan, just stop me from talking, please.
Oh, I was just gonna let you keep going, man. It's actually really funny to listen to you just keep, trying to pull yourself back out of a hole. You can find me at twitch.tv/BornRule57. No, twitch.tv/BornRule. I keep forgetting that because that's what it used to be. God. Twitter.com/BornRule57. Twitter.com/BornRule57. God, that's it. Yeah, I'm done. You know what, guys? I'm gonna go stream some Fallout.
Okay, you do that. You can find all the podcast stuff in the show notes. Twitter.com/theofftheair, Facebook.com/OTA podcast, and Patreon.com/offtheair. Follow one or all of those. Facebook is just for getting updates about the podcast. You get fun, snarky comments on our Twitter. I'm trying to get that running again at least. And, for Patreon, give us money and we'll make more content. Huzzah! Pay for my web hosting fees for the website. And finally, check us out on iTunes or Google Play. Just give us a nice little review and let people know that we are worth listening to.
Are we?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
You know what?
I agree.
I like that you guys think that you are both worth listening to, because I'm gonna be honest. Every week I get a little less certain. Maybe this will finally be the week where I'm like, nah, I'm done.
Bye, Dan.